Hey guys, Doctorian here. I wanted to do the discussion about the free level 90, good or bad, and also we're gonna take a look in buying a free buying a level 90, good or bad. So there are some pros and cons. Let's get started. Let's take a look at things, how they are, and what's good and what's bad, what's positive and negative. Okay. First of all, what I want to get into is that for who this is meant. Okay, let's start there. If you that free level 90 is not by definition a bad thing, but positive thing right now is for who's it meant. For people who stopped after vanilla, after vanilla, the Burning Crusade, after Wrath of the Lich King, or after Cataclysm. If you're not a level 90, or if you don't have one, let's put it that way, this is a great way to come back. Because a lot of players, a lot of my friends quit it after the Burning Crusade or after Wrath of the Lich King. Can't really blame them since Cataclysm wasn't really that good. But yeah, a lot of players quit it at that point. And especially when you're all the way back at Burning Crusade, you know it's going to be a pain to level. 90 levels is a lot, guys. It's a lot to level. Not if you have leveling gear and or recruit a friend or all that kind of good shit. But if you don't, then it's a long run. And for those players who actually have experience in this game, experience in World of Warcraft, for those players it's a really good thing, because Burning Crusade was one of the best expansions who ever hit, together with Wrath of the Lich King. Those were the two top expansions so far. And we're going back to Draenor Outland before it was corrupted. So it's a really popular place. A lot of people are really curious about Draenor, place where where Draenei and orcs come from, the lore, and all that kind of good shit. People really liked the Burning Crusade a lot, and liked the lore, and liked Outlands. So people are gonna be curious, but leveling all those levels is what's keeping them back for actually getting back into this game. They're like, I need to level all this way. I need to gear up and all that shit, and they don't particularly like it. So how to deal for those players? It's a good thing because they can pre-purchase the game, and when you pre-purchase it before it's released, you already get your level 90 character. So you can see a little bit of this expansion, get adapted to the changes, and then start leveling with your friends to level 100 when the expansion hits. So it's a good thing to get back in the game. So it's, for that definition, it's not a bad thing. Also for people who need their last bit of characters, or who want a character, you know, people playing WoW right now saying, oh, I always wanted to have a healer or a tank or a certain class, but they can't be asked to level it all the way from 1 to 90. So for me, example, I'm still missing a rogue. When I got a rogue, I have all my classes at level 90, but I can't be asked to level it once more from 1 to 90. I really don't want to do that. So for me it's like, finally I'm getting a free 90, and then I have all the classes I want. So I can, I like to have all the classes and all the good shit, so I can try out everything and just play around with every class and see if I actually like it. So for those people it's a good thing as well. To get to what is bad, the bad things are for new players, because let's assume if you're not playing WoW right now, knowing you have to level 90 levels and then you can catch up with your friends, it's a long way. Without leveling gear or any of that stuff, it's a long way, guys. I mean, fact is fact. Leveling 90 levels and in the future 100, that's a long run. And that's what's keeping people from buying World of Warcraft. They're like, I'm gonna have to level all these levels before I can actually play with my friends or can see the endgame content or whatever. That's what is keeping them. I mean, my friends were playing WoW in vanilla and they said I should join that. It would really be something for me. I was like, dude, I have to level 60 levels. I really don't feel like doing that. And luckily, I just at some point I did it, and fell in love in the game. It was all amazing and good. Especially I love vanilla and I loved Burning Crusade and all that good shizzle. But it's something that keeps people from buying, you know. And if you're new to the game, if you never played an MMO, you're gonna run into the problem, and the problem is gonna be like this. Let's assume you're new and you don't have any experience in World of Warcraft or in an MMO. You're gonna log into a game, you're gonna register and then you get into the login screen, and then there are tanking classes, healing classes, range DPS, melee DPS. Those peoples don't actually know what is what. They don't know which role means what and what is being expected of them in a dungeon or in a group or in a raid. Hey, this class can heal. When I'm leveling, I'll probably take some damage, so being able to heal myself, that's gonna be a good thing, right? So I'm gonna roll a healer, Holy Priest, Holy Paladin, Mistweaver Monk, Rest of Shaman, whatever. Okay. What they don't know is they're gonna have a bad time killing shit because it's not a DPS class. Same for tanking. Tanking in the login screen, it says something about protecting your friends and all that good shit. So people thinking like I'm doing my friends a favor by protecting them, but they don't know what is tanking. Pulling, keeping threat, keeping up the right, using a blood stance or the monk stance or the righteous fury aura. What is all that stuff? They don't know. Secondly, I never played Rogue. I never played Feral Druid. I played Druid on all specs except Feral because I just don't like it. It's not my kind of thing. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Still, I want to have the Rogue just so I have all the classes. Downside on this is when I make a Rogue, I'm getting lots of spells, utilities, things I can use, do whatever. Problem in there is that I never actually played it. I don't know how to play Rogue, but luckily I'm a guy who played from vanilla till now, so I know my way around. I know I can check Icy Veins. I know I can check out a lot of by myself. I can check out a lot of guides. I know a lot of people who actually make guides and do good shit, so I can check those people out. I have some rogues in my guild I can ask. So I'm gonna find my stat priority. I'm gonna find my rotation, and I will be able to play it. Maybe not as good as any other player, but it will be good enough to do my questing, dungeon, or looking for raid or whatever. Imagine if you're new to the game and you don't know these ways. The ways are there, you just don't know of them. And look at my warlock now, it's full of spells and good shit, and you're new to the game and all these utility spells are here, but you don't know how to use them. A lot of people are gonna be there, gonna get free level 90, and they actually don't know how to use it. They don't know the rotation, they don't know what utility to use when, what cooldown does what, which spells are important, what not. And if you don't know the right ways around, you're gonna have to figure out how to play. You're gonna have a bad time, basically. So we're gonna have instant level 90 characters, and the problem in there is that those level 90 characters are gonna join us in looking for raid. Because they want to have gear, they want to be there, they want to see the end game as well, which I can't blame them for. But those are people with no experience in an MMO or in WoW whatsoever, so they don't know what is expecting of them, and they don't know how to play their class the right way. Sure, some of them will learn, but some of them will immensely struggle. I mean, look at this, look at my warlock. Imagine if you see that the moment you're level 90. Cast bars, spells, certain burning embers, rage, or in case of a warrior, energy, mana. What means all this stuff? How do I work around with? That's gonna be issues for those people. So we're gonna have level 90 characters around people who actually don't know how to play their class or game, and that's gonna cause problems. Also, not only for the current players, but also for them. They're getting so much thrown at them, and they have so much to search out to learn that can be an issue for them. At some point, they're gonna say, "I'm getting overrun with this shit. This is not fun." And they're gonna get into trouble and look afraid because people are calling them noob. They're gonna have problems in dungeons because people will call them a noob because they're gonna fuck up, or they're gonna make mistakes, or they're not doing the amount of DPS they should, which we can't blame them for. It's a free level 90, they have to learn it. But they're gonna have a hard time in WoW because WoW is not that good community anymore. That people will say, "Hey, it's okay, we're gonna learn you. We're gonna learn how to." How you play your class. I can give you a few tips. You rarely see that anymore in this game. I barely see it at all. And if they're gonna increase the difficulties of dungeons and heroic dungeons as well, those people are really gonna have a hard time. Secondly, I want to get to is buying a level 90 character on the in-game store or the website. This is a thing what is greatly bothering me. It's really, really negative in my opinion. It's the wrong choices of all wrong choices. Basically what Blizzard... Well, the first thing is that at some point they're right. The only thing they're right is that it's a long grind to get to max level. And people getting sick of leveling alts to level 90 and later on to level 100 because it's a pain in the ass doing the same thing over and over again. But we are paying already each month. We're paying for each expansion and we're paying every month to Blizzard. And then they're saying that sure, you can skip all the grind work, but you have to pay for it again. That's being cheap. By all the money they get from us, they should make leveling a better, more epic experience. If I don't know if you guys did the lore quest, a lot of you people don't. I really understand where you're coming from, but every area in World of Warcraft, doesn't matter which one you pick, Eastern Kingdoms, wherever you go, if you go to Eastern Plaguelands, Elwyn Forest, Westfall, doesn't matter. Wherever you go, Mountain Gel is a really good one. If you go there and if you do all the quests in one area, you're gonna have a really good story. That's point one, and you're gonna have a really nice cutscene at the end. In Mountain Gel, when you do all the quests, you're gonna battle Ragnaros yourself together with Thrall and a couple of others. It's really epic. It really is really fun to do. But the problem is, before you're there, before you actually are there, those quests are gonna be grey. So you're gonna skip it if you want to get from 80 to 85. You're like, I'm 81, 82, I'm gonna leave this place. I'm 82 now, I'm gonna leave this. These quests don't give, and these mobs don't give the experience, so I'm gonna move on. So the really good stuff, you have to do when you're at max level. That's stupid. You have quested your entire way through 90 or to level 100. You don't want to go back and do it all over again. They should shorten those stories and make sure those quests don't go green so that everybody actually gets to see those epic storylines and epic cutscenes, because that's what makes leveling more fun. Also, like the Wrathgate event, people in Wrath of the Lich King, remember in Dragonblight, if you did all the quests, it's still there. You get the Wrathgate event. It's a really epic cutscene with a really good storyline. During Wrath of the Lich King, we had an extra part. We had to, as an alliance, we were trying to take back Undercity, and you would fight next to King Varian and try to get it back. We failed, but it still was. It was so much fun actually doing that. When I knew it was there, and when I went to Dragonblight, the first thing I was like, I'm going to focus on that because I want to get the Wrathgate. I want to see it. I want to have done it. I want to get that achievement, and it still is fun to do. They removed the Undercity thing. Sadly enough, it still is a blast to do it. And with the Undercity was more epic. Those are the things World of Warcraft need. That's what you expect of leveling. Epic events. Just from the top of my head, I don't have put anything on paper about how to make questing more epic. Like bring back class class related quests. The Green Warlock quest is really one of the things that makes me want to level my Warlock again, because I think it's a piece of lore. I always like a little bit of lore. I'm not really a lore hound or a guy who's all full of lore, but I still like to do that. It looks good, and I've seen some bits and pieces of it, and it's fun. It looks fun for me to do. So that's what I'm going to leveling a Warlock for. There are more classes that should have those quests. Bring that back. And it's not like you have to do those quests because you can get spells or abilities. No, forget about that. Make something epic for each class. For paladins, you could go back to the make a time travel quest when you see how paladins came from. Let people meet Uther the Lightbringer and be a big role somewhere in there, but actually being with their own faction paladins, and have a lore chain or have a quest line specifically for your class. That would be awesome. That is something Blizzard should fix. Not giving us a free level 90, because what's next is gonna well, the free level 90 is one thing, but actually make us buy a level 90. What's next is gonna be on the in-game store. What I'm afraid of is buying gear, buying a level 100. It started the first time it started with a mount. Mount became more mounts, then it became pets. Now, in the pretty soon, we can buy a level 90. Next step is buying gear. That shit is it's cheap. Leveling is a problem. It's boring. You're doing the same quest 10 times. I've been in here toweling steps for 8 or 9 times now. It's getting boring to actually do that. I really can't be arsed actually doing this shit. The only thing what's keeping me doing this is because I love Warlocks. I had one as an alt since Burning Crusade and the Green Fire quest, and I just want to play it and try it out. But that's my own thing. That comes from me. I want to have that. There is no such thing as leveling is fun. I still need to level a monk from 40 to 90. I really hate it. I don't want to level anymore. But I'm going to do that because when the expansion hits, then I have all my level 90s. I have all classes. So they should change the leveling fact instead of being really cheap, saying, you can skip it, but you have to pull your wallet, and then you can absolutely skip all the leveling, and you only have to do 10 levels. So that's basically my point in this, that it starts with things like these. With a mount and with pets, I'm fine with that. Those are upgrades only for looks, it looks good, that's it. But actually buying level 90s, and it starts always with buying a level 90, then that level 90 is it's gonna be level 100, and then that's gonna need gear and all that stuff. And the only way, if it's gonna work out, is that if this game was free to play. And as long as World of Warcraft is not free to play, Blizzard should use the money they get from us buying the expansion, and every time we pay the monthly fee to fix the leveling itself, instead of making us pay again for something they're not going to fix. Blizzard is gonna laugh their ass off every time you're gonna buy a level 90. Seriously, they're like, you paid for the expansion, you're paying monthly, we're not gonna fix anything, but you can skip it and buy it. And they have like, we don't have to do shit, they're gonna spend the money anyway. And we don't have to do anything. They're really gonna enjoy it. A lot. So it's actually it's really not a good thing. It's a really bad thing, because it starts out like this and it's gonna be worse from then on. The only way to actually fix that is to make it free to play, and that's it. So I'm really against buying level 90s. I'm really against it, and the only thing what the free level 90 we get is a good thing for all players who know the game already, but it's a bad thing for players who are completely new. If you're completely new to the game, you're gonna have. I'm afraid that we're gonna have a lot of troubles with new players who are gonna get thrown in. You know, they're going to get thrown before the lions. That's basically it, and that's gonna be an issue, in my opinion. And it's not gonna be for the benefit of the game. That's it for right now. If you guys like this video, please let me know. Please let me know in your comments what you think about this subject, and I will post those findings of what you guys think and make a new video about it. Okay. Thanks for watching. I'm really curious about what you guys think, so please let me know. I will see you guys next time. There's going to be some more video stuff coming pretty soon. Okay, have a nice weekend and see you next time, guys. Bye.